Hello, my lovely people. So I promised myself I would do this video today, right now, when I got home, because I have just been at a Tom Bilyeu workshop, seminar, and one of the many nuggets that he said to everyone today was how to build self-worth, self-love is through you following through with what you say. If you say you're going to do something, know you're going to do it. So with that in mind, I am doing my video because I said I would do it, even though I'm actually starving and I've got dinner sitting on the table here. And I was like, oh, I could have my food first. And I might, no, you're going to want to enjoy your food and then you're going to get distracted and then you won't do the video. And that will be the first epic fail from the lesson that you learned today. So we'll back up a little bit. So I saw Tom Bilyeu at a success workshop this afternoon and he's amazing. If you don't already know who he is, he has a podcast and it's on YouTube called Impact Theory, where he gets the most amazing people onto his talk show and talks to them and picks their brain about how they have arrived at where they are. So call it success if you want, but these people are amazing, from Marines to thought thinkers to people that are into happiness, into spirituality, people that meditate, some gurus, or a real gym junkie. It doesn't matter as long as they are pretty much amazing. And one of the questions actually that was from the audience in this session today was, how does he choose people for his show? And he said, basically, I want to be in awe of your skills. I want to be in awe of what you do. And I want to pick your brain enough so that I can attain that skill. So I advise you to go check it out, because you learn something, even if you don't know who the person is, even if you think it's not up your alley. There was one guy on there that was a big gym junkie that did some crazy things like hike across Antarctica or something crazy. And I'm like, meh, why do I need to learn this? Because like, as if that's going to be something that I want to do. But it's these inspiring stories and how people can pick themselves up from literally nothing on the ground. They're like I was, or you were, when we were in the shittest moment of our lives and were able to build something. And one of the best things I like about not only Tom's structure, but in the structure of these people that can achieve these things, it shows us that they're actually human. They were not in a great spot, and they got so shitty and sick of where they were and were able to overcome that. Now, that didn't happen overnight. Like, everybody can take a path. One of the things that Tom said quite a lot in this session was I can't remember what it was, but basically it was this idea that if I've got all the time in the world, I will succeed at this. There's no time frame on it. If you take 20 years to do what you want to do, you've still achieved it. So don't be afraid to take that extra time to do what you need to do, but just do the actions. Don't get daunted and don't get scared that it didn't happen straight away. So the roundabout's way of saying is to follow through with what you want. And that is how you can build self-love. Because it actually brought tears to my eyes in the session, because it was like a question from the audience again was basically saying, how do you build self-love and self-confidence? And it really comes down to working at it, but not from a love perspective, working at it from a credibility perspective. If you are credible, if you follow through with what you say you were, you'll be proud of that. If you go to the gym, you're proud of that. And at each of those incremental steps build a self-worth, because you have stuck to your guns, like you stuck to the plan that you wanted to achieve. If you go to the gym, and then it was like, you don't have to work out. Like, you said you could go to the gym. I didn't say work out, just go to the gym. So it's these little slow little steps, step by step, day by day. And as I always use the analogy of climbing a mountain. You put one step in front of the other, it may be hard. That step may take you a while. I can't imagine what it would be like to climb Mount Everest, but one step at a time will get you to the top. So with that in mind, with self-worth, self-confidence, we are innately enough. If you ever listen to Marissa Peer, we are innately enough, but that's not always easy to believe. I have struggled with it for a long time, and I am coming out the other end of it, but there are days where I'm like, oh my God, when will I ever feel like I'm on the other end of that stick where I'm not melting down over something that is very minor? And I think it really comes down to having these practices that we are disciplined in our structure to, I don't know if that makes sense, but if we have a process, like we know that we said we'd go to the gym, so we go to the gym. We know we said we'd eat healthy, so we eat healthy. If you keep disappointing yourself and keep taking the shortcuts, if you don't eat the good food and you don't exercise, you're never going to build that muscle, that repetitive muscle of like your default. Like, we all know you feel better when you exercise. So your default should be, right, well, if I feel crap today, we exercise and you feel better. Maybe not completely better, but definitely better in your body. So the real message that I want to impart on this video is that our self-worth can be, I don't want to say earned, but our self-worth can be earned, because if we work at something, just like when we work in a job, we earn money because we've done a good job. And I feel like that this is what Tom's message was, that it basically said, like, if you struggle with it, step by step, day by day, you will keep building that muscle. So if you struggle to get up in the morning, set that alarm and do not let yourself snooze. Mel Robbins teaches that. Like, do not let yourself snooze. Get out of the bed. 5-second rule. It's a good book, actually. You should read it. And I think it comes down to knowing that you can action that. Actually, let's do this. So you take Mel's 5-second rule, which is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then launch yourself into whatever action you want. And that skips the memory part of the brain of like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I can do that, blah, blah, blah. You just get out of bed, you just do it. Couple that with following through with your promise, like what Tom says, then you can start to put yourself into a little frame of like what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and when you're pushing those boundaries and you're not feeling great, bring it back to that, because you know that you'll be doing well in that framework. I'm going to practice it and I'll get back to you, because I feel like it's got some merit in it. Because we all have those days. We all have the good days and we have the bad days, but it's just minimizing the bad days so we have more good days than bad days. And then over time, don't give yourself any stress, but over time you will have grown that muscle. So your set point for the bad days may not be as bad or go on for as long as they have in the past. I hope that has been of value. In the next couple of days, I will definitely be giving you a lot more of what Tom said. I have a notebook filled with so much information that I need to distill and rewrite, and then present to you so you can also learn. But if you'd like to hear it from the horse's mouth, get onto Impact Theory. It is valuable. And he also has a podcast on Spotify, which is about a question and answer thing, which is quite good. It's very similar to what I would have gone to today. Have a wonderful evening. I'm going to go get some food and I'll chat to you later. Bye.